All right, let's jump into some case studies. From MTV, BET, music videos are a cultural engine, selling not just songs, but lifestyles. Take creators like Issa Rae or Mr. Beats, Peter McKinnon. They built careers outside of traditional gatekeepers. Authenticity and consistency drive success. Let's dive into some of these videos. We're gonna start with music videos that went viral for their storytelling, and then into some videos to help us grow.
I bounce back, no pogo, unhappy, no homo, new brands, no logos, money on my juggler, natural hustler, think I need a smuggler up in Russia, you could be my butler, shine my cutler, shout out to Oyenda, that's the guzzler, okay next thing, my life is a wet dream, I call it a sex scene, the back is a nice tease, I tried to escape, my life is an x-ray, I'm sorry a sex tape, you only get one take, quiet on the set please, rolling anxiety, in 3, 2, what's in that clear blue water? No limits, no borders. What's in that new world order? Marco, Polo, Negro run from Popo. That blue light in that rojo. And it's like I get this tightness in my chest, like an elephant is standing on me, and I just let it take over.
So one of the things that I loved about that music video is that the video started and then it kept evolving. And then if you notice, right at the end, there was a hook so that you can just watch this video over and over on a loop. You know, it was pretty cool. But that video got about, what was it? 891,000 likes. And let's see, it had 47 million views, and it only came out 4 months ago. We all know the song, we hear it on the radio a lot. Let's go into the second video.
Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you. Just hold on and I'll find you.
I'm hanging on by a thread, and all I'm clinging to is prayers. And every breath is like a battle. I feel like I ain't come prepared. And death's knocking on the front door. Pain's creeping through the back. Fears crawling through the windows, waiting for them to attack. They say don't get bitter, get better. I'm working on switching them letters. But tell God I'ma need a whole lot of hope keeping it together. I'm smiling in everyone's face. I'm crying whenever they leave the room. They don't know the battle I face. They don't understand what I'm going through. The world trying to play with my soul. I'm just trying to find where to go. I'm trying to remember the way. I'm trying to get back to my home. But I can't do this on my own. That's why I'm just trusting in you. Cause I don't know where else to go. And I don't know what else to do.
Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you. Just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you. Just hold on and I'll find you.
They say fear haunts you and pain hates. I say pain strengthens and fear drives faith. And I don't know all of the outcomes, don't know what happens tomorrow. But when that ocean of doubt comes, don't let me drown in my sorrow. And don't let me stay at the bottom. I feel like this hole is too deep to climb. I've been looking for a way out, but I'll settle for a peace of mind. Picking up the pieces of my life and hoping that I put together something right. Tell me all I got is all I need. Tell me you gon' help me stay and fight. The world tryna play with my soul. I'm just tryna find where to go. I'm tryna remember the way. I'm tryna get back to my home. But I can't do this on my own. That's why I'm just trusting in you. Cause I don't know where else to go. And I don't know what else to do.
No, don't let the fear make you feel like you can't fight this on your own. You know I'll be there for you no matter where you go. You'll never be alone. No, just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. Just fight a little longer, my friend. It's all worth it in the end. But when you got nobody to turn to, just hold on and I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll find you.
This is actually one of my wife's and mine favorite songs. Now look at the imagery. Look at the storytelling that's in this video. Look at the color grading, the lighting. Now, although this music video came out 8 years ago, it got a whopping 126 million views. And the artist, Lecrae, has 1.49 million subscribers on YouTube. That's a lot of residuals.
Hey, I'm Issa Rae, and these are the moments that made me. So in 1996, I got to go to the set of Moesha and be in the live studio audience. And I won a script. That script was like the blueprint. It was a template. It was the ticket to get into the industry for me. And that's what I used to write my own stuff, because I just, I had it in front of me. The next moment was probably around the same year, 96. And it was, I went to this church with my family and was bored to tears in church, but put on my first play ever. It was about the old people in our church, and I called it The Old and the Rested, and casted a bunch of young kids to do it. And it was a hit. And I was like, oh, can I write and direct? The Reverend came up to me afterwards and he was like, that was good. You have a future. And I thought he was gassing me because God told him to, but I think he really believed that. I got to college in 2003. I went to Stanford, and Stanford was white as at the time. It still is. The drama department was not really diverse, and so I didn't really have the same opportunities to be in the plays. And so my freshman year, I was able to direct and adapt my own play. And that's when I kind of left acting behind and was like, I want to be a director. In 2006, 2007, it was my senior year in college. Reality television had hit super hard, and like Flavor of Love was super popular. It was kind of disgusting when I realized like this is the only representation of Black women we have on screen, and they're all vying for Flavor of Love. And no bitch that I know would do this. Like that's not real. And so that was a moment where I was just like, where's our stuff? Like where's the stuff that I used to watch in the 90s? Where are we? And I remember creating my first web series ever called Dorm Diaries, and it was about what it was like to be Black at Stanford. It was literally about my friends. Went viral on campus, and that meant 500 views, but it was like, oh snap, I have an audience. In 2011, I had been living in LA for about 2 years, and I'd seen 30 Rock, and I loved Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I thought that there was a specific type of Black girl missing, and I always identified as kind of awkward. It was a revelation actually to me in my adult years, and decided to create this character, Awkward Black Girl. But I was just so frustrated, and I had this blog where I was constantly talking about the industry, and someone on my blog was like, girl, you talk a lot of like, why don't you just make something? And I was like, okay, I guess I can. I gathered some friends, I asked my best friend to film it and put out my first episode, and that web series ended up changing my life.
Now, again, look at the color grading, look at the lighting, okay? Look at the lighting on her face when she's sitting down being interviewed, okay? Look at the natural light versus the controlled light, the artificial light. You can see right now, this side of her face is pretty lit, so that means her key light is on this side. And even when she is out not being interviewed, she still has light on her. She has the natural sunlight, and it looks like they're putting a softbox or something like that to light her, or to light her up, because you can see the shadow of her hair and things like that over her face. As you can see, there's a giant scrim, a white screen that is reflecting. Now that shot right there, where she's standing in front of the white screen, she is not lit at all. That's just pure sunlight. But look at the color grading, look at the editing. It keeps you engaged the whole time. All right, let's check out another video.
Subscribe if you want to know what the 500 million play button looks like. I don't have one.
Your first video is not going to get views, period.
It's not. Your first 10 are not going to get views. I can very confidently say that. All you need to do, this applies to people who have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking. My first 500 videos didn't deserve to get 1 million views. Like, there's a reason they did. They're terrible. But at the time, I thought they did. I'm in the mindset of a lot of small YouTubers where I thought those videos deserved 1 million views and I thought the algorithm hated me. But I watch them back now and I can tell you exactly why. The videos are just...
Now, I heard this video a long time ago, and so I wanted you guys to check this out. But this is the mindset that you have to take on when you are starting this career in film. If you want to become a content creator for a company or for yourself or anything like that, you need to have this mindset. Till you do 100 videos, you haven't put the work in, okay? Now, even on a lot of my channels, I don't have 100 videos. However, I've done over 100 videos in content creation. I haven't posted over 100 videos, but if you collectively look at all of the different videos that I've posted on my different channels, it's literally 300-400 videos. Easy. So, the moral is, if you're looking to grow, if you are looking to take your own brand or another brand or whatever you want to do with this education that you're going to get, it's going to start slow and you have to build that momentum. That's what we're talking about, consistency and momentum. All right, moving on. The future of video. Let's look at the timeline. Film, TV, digital, streaming, interactive AI, each step lowers barriers and increases audience participation. The future, I mean, AI is here. There's nothing that we can do to get away from it. So what do? Well, we use AI assisted creation. We use VR, AR, interactive storytelling. Your advantage is taste, ethnic, and human connection. Tech is just a tool. Use whatever you can to create the story that you want to tell. Now, here's a discussion blog. Write this down. Write where you think video will be in the next 10 years. I want you to keep this and compare it to your prediction at the end of the semester. Okay? Let's move on. We're going to talk about production roles, okay? There's an overview of roles. I fall into some of these, but let's talk about the producer. The producer does the logistics. We have, and the logistics can fall under funds, craft services, getting gear from point A to point B, obtaining the gear, obtaining all the equipment, lights, cameras, the little clapper, all of these things, right? The director, he is the visionary. He's the person, or she is the person with the script, with the idea, with this is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to make. The DP, director of photography, that's my lane. He's the camera guy. He's the lighting guy, all right? Lighting girl, lighting guy, doesn't matter, right? But they are the people or persons behind the camera, behind the lights, making sure everything is set up properly. Like this whole setup, honestly, it has been up for a couple of hours. However, to set it up originally, I had to take a step back and think about what I wanted the overall shot to look like, okay? From there, you have sound, audio capturing. That is also one of my lanes. Just as I am recording with this Zoom recorder, and we have this microphone on my chest, I'm speaking pretty loud, so I'm probably peaking all over editors. The story is in post. It doesn't matter what you say, no matter what you do, you can film anything and everything you want. However, if you never take the time to edit, your story will always stay an idea. So your story happens, or your story comes to life in post. Now, editors, this is my lane when I make time for it. This is one of those things that we are all created with the ability or the opinion to create. Now let's talk about graft and grip. They are the light and rigging people. You can find your lane, but learn the whole pipeline, because at any given time, you can be the producer, you can be the director, and you can be multiple other things as well. Okay, now let's get into pre-production basics. Pre-production is the most important thing that you can understand and know in film. And here's why, okay? This, okay? Now, this might look like chicken scratch, but that's fine because it is what you call a storyboard. So first is brainstorming and defining your audience and message. Then brainstorming your script, like I had you do earlier. And then writing the script, creating a shot list, a storyboard, a schedule, securing locations, permissions, planning saves time and fixes problems before they even happen. Here's an example of my storyboard. I wanted to walk in from the door, walk around my set, end up in the set itself. I drew out everything, and then for some reason I wanted to lay on the floor and do something, but that's neither here nor there. But the whole point of this is that you draw out what your shot will look like. And this also goes into shot designing. And so I'll show you what shot designing does. So for the most part, I don't necessarily need a storyboard to tell me everything that's going to happen here. What I need is a shot list to show me what my shots will look like, okay? So I know I need a shot from here, I know I need a shot from here. And then the most important thing for me is the scripting, okay? Scripting will make or break your film or your interview or your documentary or whatever you want to do. Again, you have all of these different avenues that you can use, but then it's up to you to figure out what you want to use to make your film come to life. For me, I define my audience, I've defined my message. I write out my script, I make a shot list, I do my storyboard, I plan and schedule, and then I secure my locations. Securing locations can be timely and it can be costly, but is one of those things that you want to do, because a producer, if you're going to be a producer basically becomes one of the most powerful person in the film because the knowledge is in their hands. And if you choose to get in front of the camera, well, you can be the next person teaching the class and or make Mr. Beat some income. All right. Let's go to production basics. Next week, I'm excited to get back on campus because we get to play with gear. I'm telling you now, dress comfortable because our lectures are good, but in this field, you learn more by doing more, and you learn more by getting out and creating. So we're gonna create a whole bunch of doers here at HT. Production is all about knowing your camera basics. Every camera is a little bit different, but the basics is knowledge. Some settings are called different things based on the type of gear you're working with, but when you learn exposure, focus, white balance, sound monitoring with your headphones, lighting, shaping with the key light, the fill light, the halo or the hair light or the backlight, all of this will enhance your film, okay? Backlighting and some accent lightings and things like that. We will go over slating, that's the little clapper thing, and note taking. So post-production is faster. In this world, speed and consistency is key, in my opinion. All right, post-production. This is where your number one rule is to take your SD card and transfer all the files to your hard drive. and then possibly upload them to the cloud. After the files have been moved from your SD card, keep the files on your SD card until you finish the editing process. And I'll put it like this: when you're in production, you're making notes so you can have a faster post-production. When you're in post-production, it's all about organization. You want to put scenic files with scenic files. You want to create folders. You want to move clips with the matching audio with it. You want to put A-roll in the folder and B-roll in a folder, drone shots in a folder. Digital organization speeds up your edit. Import your raw footage and start arranging a rough cut for your story. Now, there's multiple ways to edit or start your post-production. If you are working on a mashup, a scissor reel, music video, or something that doesn't need A-roll, then you might want to start with music selection, finding the right mood or song to match your film. Then focus on your markers and start editing to the music to make the film stand out and captivate your viewers. Let's watch this video. Now here's the fun thing. That whole video was built in Premiere Pro. And I shot that film, I believe, back in 2018, 2019. And the goal of that film was to basically make a mashup or a montage advertising the different services that the gym offered, okay? I did about 10 different videos for that client in a bulk, and I was able to get roughly 10, I think it was about $12,000 from that one client. All right, now let's check out the next video.
Kicking it with Kurt is my favorite day of the week.
When you step in the meeting, it's high energy, right? And to start off, we're at the 5th floor of the Arizona Sands Club. So we're at the top, you're overlooking the University Stadium and you're overlooking downtown Tucson.
It's like Sunday dinner with the family kind of thing.
There's education, we speak to mentors, to coaches.
And we talk about everything from new advisors coming on our company. We talk about our new listings that are coming on the market.
It's inspiring, it's high energy.
It's definitely a great time, there's a lot of knowledge.
I always learn a little something with his guest speakers. He has great guest speakers.
It's all about how do you shift in your business and how do you grow your business.
But it's really about our culture and what we do on a weekly basis.
The biggest reason I go is to see all of my colleagues, capture some of their energy.
There's always a good energy and vibe in the office, but that's like focus time.
That's a time for us just to kind of catch up with everyone, and I think it sets the tone for who we are as a brokerage.
I actually enjoyed these people. I did this video when I was in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. This was another client that I was able to get about maybe 4,000 or 5,000 from. And it was simple. We just did a video like this. And then we did a few other videos where we walked around homes and kind of just put a video together for them. Overall, I think we did about 3 different videos for them so they can advertise and market themselves. But this was the main promotional video to bring people in to their firm. And so in that particular video, we did a 2-light setup. And if you notice, we had backlit or a hair light that was coming from the natural light window behind him. We had a light across from all the people in that video. We had a light across the table shooting this way. That was the fill light. And then we had a light like, I think it was actually this light right here behind me. But that was the actual key light on this side of the face. From there, we had the camera right here where I'm standing at, and we were filming here. And I told them to just look at me, we'll just interview. We had a boom mic going over the table, dropping down right in front of them so that we can have a conversation. And that was pretty much it. We did a little bit of color grading. I kind of left it as natural as possible, but we did just a slight bit of color grading to that. Now, you do want to focus on refining your video. Just because you filmed it doesn't mean that it needs to make the final cut. Then you want to add sound design. You want to color grade. And if you're using different settings like log on the GH5 or a cinema camera has their own log, you might need to color grade your footage just a little bit more because your footage might look washed out. And we'll do a deep dive into color grading and all of that as we progress. Next, we're going to dive into adding titles, thumbnails, captions, and graphics. Finally, we're going to properly export our projects to the proper platform. If you want to do a 1:1 ratio, that is good if you're doing an ad. If you are wanting to do a vertical video, that is a 9:16. Which is a standard reel, or if you want to do a standard video, that is a 16:9. So there's a whole bunch of different aspect ratios that you will learn, and we'll talk about the use of them, because to be honest, I've never seen a vertical video on Netflix, just saying. So you need to understand what you're shooting and keep your edit in mind when you're filming. When you're focused on doing a vertical video, your focus needs to be in the center of the clip, or else you risk cutoff. Let's check this video out.
Ran into someone from high school today.
God, that's literally my nightmare. Was it awful?
At first, no. And then we started reminiscing, and she remembered how much she hated me.
So she was a girl.
Yeah, it was this chick who stood me up for prom.
You went to prom with her?
No, she stood me up.
How exactly did you run into her again?
On the street, and I want to be very clear, I did not take her to prom.
So, you went to high school in the middle of Midwest nowhere land, and you just ran into her on the street?
She was having trouble with a meter, and I paid for it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I did not have a good time. She ended up yelling at me in the Mel's parking lot.
You went to Mel's?
Yeah, just for a shake.
And did you pay for that too?
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
Did you tell her that you have a girlfriend?
Of course I did.
And what did she have to say about that?
That's what made her upset.
Oh, so she likes you.
No.
Which means you were leading her on because you were flirting with her.
Wait, you can't be mad. If you're mad, you're just gonna prove her right.
Because you thought that I wouldn't be?
Yeah. Because you're chill, and we're mature, and we respect each other. Right.
I like how you can see that they shot this in vertical mode, and they tried to keep everything as tight as possible. All of these different angles that you're seeing, you have a over the shoulder, which is an OTS. You have a two-shot. They're doing the two-shot with using the mirror, the reflection in the mirror, and it's over the shoulder for her. That's pretty cool. Next, we're going to talk about distribution and platforms. You want to know where you're posting your content before you start filming, or you want to know where you're posting your content during your brainstorming session. You have YouTube. YouTube is more searchable. So if you're making a YouTube video, you can do a DIY, how-to video, a training, explaining something, put that on YouTube, okay? It's a platform for searchable items. If you want to do a quick reach, use TikTok, Instagram. If you want to build out a portfolio, use Vimeo. And then you can adapt the aspect ratios based off of the outlet or the distribution where you want your video to go. And then you can think about captions after that. Now let's talk about storytelling in video. You have a beginning, a middle, and the end. The character wants something. That's the beginning. What's the obstacles that they will endure? So you create the stakes. What is the resolution? That offers the meaning What do they value? What have they lost? What have they learned? What have they gained? Communicate the theme visually, not just with dialogue. A good book that my brother, who's also a director, told me to read is How to Write Dazzling Dialogue. It's the fastest way to improve any manuscript. So I'll drop a link so you guys can check that out. But there's also an audiobook. It's a 2-hour listen if you want the audiobook, or you can get the paperback option that I opted in for as well. Now, storyboarding is key. This is where you draw simple frames, emphasize composition, movements, and transitions. The goal is to have clarity, not art perfection. Again, I'll show you this. This is a storyboard. The goal is not to have art perfection, but to have clarity. I knew this was my reference. I knew I wanted to go to that door and I wanted to walk in having a video vlog, selfie vlog. And then I knew I wanted to be in this general area with my cameras and my lights set up the way they were. Again, I don't know why I was gonna lay on the floor, but that was the third shot. Now let's talk about film. Specifically, film language. Here's where you get to be the people talking in the strange language that you and the other video person knows. I tend to do this as often as I can when I'm around film people. You know, we start talking about ideas, camera shots, you know, like context, you know, which is it's a wide, you know, and then you have a medium shot, which is more interaction. And then you have a CU, which is more emotional, which is a close-up. Like right now, this here is more of an interactional shot because it's a medium shot. That one there is more of a establishing shot because it's wide. Now, here, let's just do this. So if I go here, this will be more of an emotional shot. So I'll bring it in here. An emotional shot really gets close to the person or the subject or the talent, because now you're taking away all the other stuff that would be distracting you and you're focusing on the emotion in the person's face as they're talking to you. Now, coverage gives you options. You can have a motivated insert shot guiding the attention. So like if I had something pop up here, this is a medium shot, but if I had something pop up here on the wide shot, you can have all of this area right here for something. A high angle can diminish power. So let's show that, shall we? So a high angle like this, the camera's up here looking down at me, and I look up and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not really helpless, but now I'm looking up at you, okay? A low angle can enhance the person. This is where you get that superhero vibe, right? So if I were to put the camera down here, I can't say I look powerful in this moment, but you get the sense. If your camera is looking up and you're doing one of these, you have that authority. Now you can see it here. You have your hands on your hips, you know, you walk into the shot and you look around. That's the authority shot. That's that superhero shot. Camera movements, tilts, pans, those are good for reveals. You have dolly, sliders, those are good for parallax. I love parallax. I do those all the time with my handheld gimbals. But you have handheld for energy. I normally do a lot of shots with my handheld and with my handheld gimbals. Locked off is good. It's good for stability. Like right now, my cameras are locked off, right? If I'm doing an interview, my cameras are normally locked off. If I'm shooting B-roll, I'm normally moving, okay? Movement should serve the story, not distract. So therefore, my cameras are locked off, but if you notice, I have a gimbal that I can move, okay? Film language, again, this is show, don't tell. Use light, color, frames, sound cues. For instance, blocking. This is a very good example. I have been standing in the exact same place for roughly an hour and 21 minutes and 52 seconds. Now, granted, I got a lot of editing to do because where you're at in the film is probably not gonna be an hour and 21 minutes, but that's how long I've been standing in roughly this blocking that I've made for myself, okay? Blocking gives you the ability to green screen, set whatever your frame is, keep the continuity. That is one of those things that I would love for you guys to see in movies where you'll start noticing as you'll see something move in the movie, and like, for instance, they might have had a cup or a beer in their hand, and then the next scene, they didn't have the beer in their hand, but it cuts back to the next scene, and then they have the beer in their hand again, right? But the main thing is blocking is there to communicate subtext without exposition. Now, tonight or sometime soon, I would love for you to watch a movie. And as you watch this movie, start to understand the shots, the angles, the movements, and the continuity of the film. Like, watch it. Look at the lights, look at the sound, listen to the sound. Look at those angles, how they're depicting the person that is the lead or the villain. Lights and sound. We will spend more time on this in the upcoming weeks, and we'll talk about light temperatures and the moods that you can achieve with lights and shadows. Sound and emotion. The audience can forgive soft focus. However, they don't forgive bad audio. Record clean dialogue, use the room tone, weave music and effects to support the story. Now, your assignments and peer review. I want to talk about that real quick. We're almost done here. As we move from theory to practical or practice, your assignments will scaffold your final project. Treat each one as a component to reuse. Your Thursday class, your assignment is I want you to write one page reflecting on your favorite video style or your favorite production style. Who was the audience? What was the message? What was the technique that made the video effective? Finally, we'll end with our own film festival, an opportunity to present your work and explain your creative choices. Beyond the class, we'll talk about career in AV and content creation that spans film sets, corporate AV, social media, streaming, and education. Remember, reliability and portfolio matters more than gear. So I want you to get out and I want you to create. Now, last but not least, I want you to write one page reflecting on your favorite production style. Who was the audience? What was the message? What was the technique that made it effective? That is due next class, and that is also your bonus. So think about it and do it well.